You know, there's something great about living in a small town. The way everyone knows each other, the community events, and so much more. In this video today, I'm going to give you 5 of my favorite small towns you've got to check out when moving to Maryland. And we're getting started right now. What is up, everyone? It's Adam Taylor with the Relentless Home Group of eXp Realty here in Maryland. Hey, if this is your first time to our channel and you're looking to learn all about life in Maryland, you're at the right spot. We do videos each and every week talking about living here, working here, commuting, getting out and enjoying the communities that we live in, and so much more. So if that is the information that you're looking for, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to give the little bell a click. That way you're alerted every time we put out another video just like this one. Now, right now, I've got to be honest with you. We are receiving so many phone calls, text messages, and emails from people looking to move or relocate to Maryland from all over the world, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking of making a move to Maryland, we want to be a part of that and we want to help you out, but we need one thing, just one thing from you, and that's for you to reach out to us. So please give us a call, shoot us a text message, send us an email, or fan us down with that smoke signal. However you need to get a hold of us, we've got your back. From Baltimore, down the bay, to the beach, when moving to Maryland. Before we jump into my 5 favorite small towns here in Maryland, make sure you stick around to the end, because I'm telling you, the last town is a place that my family and I go all the time. My kids absolutely love it, and there's sure to be something sweet you're gonna love there too. So make sure, again, you stick around to the end. So the first small town you've got to check out in Maryland is Ellicott City. Now, Ellicott City is located just west of Baltimore. It's about a 30-minute drive between Baltimore and Ellicott City. What's great about Ellicott City is it's got so much unique architecture. It's very historic. There are so many like little quaint mom and pop shops that have been passed down through the generations. They've got Chesapeake State Park, which is an incredible park to go on out. If you are a runner or hiker, love mountain biking, fishing, you can do all of that at Chesapeake State Park. Now, in April, they have their big event, one of the 2 big events each year. It's called Spring Fest. And basically what they do is they bring in a ton of vendors, they shut the streets down, and it's almost like a gigantic celebration for Ellicott City. It's just something you have to experience. It's hard to put into words until you actually go to it. Now, Ellicott City, another convenient thing about Ellicott City, it's the county seat for Howard County. So if you have anything government related that you need to do, you're going to be doing it in Ellicott City anyhow. So make sure if you're looking to move to a small town in Maryland, you give Ellicott City a good look, because you're sure to be impressed and you're still really close to getting to work if you're working in the city of Baltimore. So the second town that I want to tell you about is Westminster, Maryland. What I love about Westminster, it's still in decent proximity to Baltimore. It's about a 40-minute drive northwest of Baltimore in Carroll County. It happens to be the county seat of Carroll County. So if you got all your government business to do, you do it right in Westminster. What's neat about it, and most of the other towns that I'm going to tell you about, it's got that small town feel. You've got the old shops, you've got a main street, you've got things like farmers markets and First Friday events where parts of the city, or town rather, are being closed down for all the locals to come in and celebrate, basically. Now, in Westminster, there are a few other things you've got to check out. So the Carroll County Farm Museum is sure to amaze everybody in your family. Whether you're just going out there to learn about farming, learn about like other stuff like trades like blacksmithing. There's a blacksmith there usually a lot of times. There's an awesome general store that you can check out. And for you moms and dads out there, or singles, they do have wine festivals a couple times a year. Now, here's another thing that's just released. It's going to be happening this August in Westminster, and that's a hot air balloon festival. I believe it's going to be towards the latter part of August, but check that out. It looks to be an amazing event. Now, growing up, I'll share with you a few stories of what I liked as a little kid growing up in Westminster. Number 1, they would always have an amazing air show at the Carroll County Regional Airport. Now, this was neat, and you gotta remember, I was probably 18, 19 years old when I would go to these air shows, and I absolutely loved them. But the Coast Guard would come in with their helicopter and do a demonstration where guys are jumping out of the helicopter, so that happens there. And then you would see a fighter jet, an A-10, take off, right there on the runway, and then just go, and you wouldn't even be able to see it up in the sky. And then all of a sudden you just see it swoop in and what looked like about 50 feet right off of the runway go blazing right by you. And it was just the coolest feeling to experience as a young teenager back then in those days. Now, my favorite thing, my absolute favorite thing to do in Westminster is actually at McDaniel College, which is formerly known as Western Maryland College. It's a private school in Westminster. You can get a great education there, but that's not why I'm bringing it up. I'm bringing it up because it has the best sledding hill, in my opinion, in all of the state. I mean, this was fantastic. It was a hill that my family and I would travel 45 minutes to an hour, depending upon where we were living at the time, to go sledding at the Western Maryland College golf course sledding hill, which was right on the golf course there. And I'm telling you, it just seemed like this run going down the hill just went on forever. It's probably like a quarter mile long. Now you gotta remember though, this is like 30 years ago. And I haven't been out to Westminster too recently, but there could be trees there, there could be bushes there. They could have blocked it all off. But years ago, growing up, that was the spot to go when it started snowing. So make sure, if you're looking for some space and you want to kind of be off the beaten path, Westminster's a spot you gotta check out. So my third town that I want to bring your attention to, my friends, is Berlin, Maryland. Now, what I love about Berlin, Maryland, it is located on the eastern shore in Worcester County. Now, what's great about it is it's got that small town feel, that vibe that I'm talking about for these other spots, okay? What Berlin does really, really, really well, I think in my opinion, is their Christmas celebration. They do just this marvelous, spectacular, festival of where the whole town is just decorated impeccably. There's so many Christmas festivities going on. They bring in guys with chainsaws, sculpting ice sculptures right there for you. You just gotta go and check it out during the holidays. And that's just one great time of year to go visit Berlin. I mean, you can go any time of the year and you're gonna love it, I'm telling you. Now, some other fun and added benefits of living in Berlin are this. Y'all have seen me do videos about Ocean City, Maryland. Well, guess what? It's only like a 10 to 15 minute drive from Berlin to the beach. So if you love living in the beach or love visiting the beach, but you like that small town feel, you gotta look at Berlin, I'm telling you. Now here's the final thing that Berlin is actually famous for. Julia Roberts and what's the other guy? Richard Gere. They did a movie way back in the 90s called The Runaway Bride. Yes, my friends, it was actually filmed in Berlin and brought a lot of attention to this small town, and it popped up on so many people's radars after that movie was filmed. Now, us Marylanders, we've known it's been a gem all our lives, but many in the mainstream media and those outside of Maryland didn't know. So thankfully, Julia Roberts, we appreciate you coming to town. Richard Gere, But nonetheless, there's a little history there for you in Berlin. But if you like the beach, you want the small town vibe, go check out Berlin. All right, I'm pretty pumped about this video here, but I want to hear from you. What's a favorite thing that you love doing in a small town? Maybe it's going to 4th of July celebrations. Maybe it's the Christmas stuff. Maybe it's just knowing your neighbor or going to a farmer's market. Drop it below. I'd love to hear it. And more importantly, if you're looking for an activity and want to find out if it's being done in one of these small towns, put that in the comments below and I'll be sure to check it out and see if we've got any of those activities in one of the small towns that we're going to be talking about here today. Lastly, if you're finding value in this video, I'd love it if you'd smash that like button. It would mean the world to me. Help put some wind in my sails as we continue to bring you awesome videos all about life here in Maryland. So the fourth town I want to tell you about is Chesapeake City, Maryland. Now, Chesapeake City is located just about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and 25 minutes outside of Baltimore in Cecil County, northeast of Baltimore, as a matter of fact. Now, what's neat about Chesapeake City is the water. Quite honestly, it's right on the C&D Canal, and you get to see like mega barges going up and down the canal when you're in Chesapeake City. It's like an ordinary day there. But for those of you that don't see stuff like that, you're going to be amazed at some of the size of boats that actually come through the canal. Now, speaking of the canal, it's really neat because you can, if you're a biker, hiker, runner, whatever, you can run along or bike along the trail right along the canal, get a workout in, and then you can head over to Schaefer's, which is right on the water, and grab a great bite to eat for lunch. Now, if you have a boat, you can also bring the boat in, tie up at Schaefer's, grab your bite to eat, and then head on back home. Now, the story that I want to share with you, what I love about Chesapeake City, it was my first like small town experience that honestly gave me goosebumps, and it still does to this day. Many years ago, when I was a teenager, I competed in triathlons very competitively, and I was pretty good at it, okay? I can remember coming in off of the bike portion of the course in Chesapeake City, and the streets being lined with spectators. I mean, the town really came out to support this event, and I was the first young kid coming through there, and people were like, oh my gosh, there's a young guy, you know, and just rallying me on. Like I said, it still gives me goosebumps telling this story to today. But that's the type of community Chesapeake City is, and they're going to wrap their arms around you, welcome you with open arms, and to enjoy their small town. So if that's something you're looking for, check out Chesapeake City, especially you water lovers. So we're about to jump into our fifth and final town that I want to bring to you today. But if you haven't done so in the beginning, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. If you want to continue learning great stuff about Maryland, we're going to do it right here on this channel. So without further ado, let's jump into our final small town to talk about here today. And that town, my friends, is Havre, Maryland. Now, Havre is located about a 40-minute drive northeast of Baltimore, right off of Interstate 95. It's just before you go over the Susquehanna River Bridge and go into Cecil County. What's neat about Havre, some great things that you can do. Again, you water lovers are gonna love it because fishing and boating, you got all that to do. And you're right at the top of the Chesapeake Bay, so you can just go straight down the Susquehanna, goes right into the bay, and basically you've got wherever you want to roam, you can do it. Now, why Havre is number one on my list here? And it's this. The community events, in my opinion, cannot be topped in Havre. They have First Fridays, they've got 4th of July celebrations, they've got, check this out, on New Year's Eve, you know how they have the ball drop in New York? They have what's called the duck drop. And what I mean by that, they have this gigantic duck. It's a duck decoy, as a matter of fact, that comes down. It's lit up and everything. And then as the clock strikes 12 in Havre, big old celebration, fireworks right over the water. It's great. Now, speaking of decoys, they have some museums that you're going to love. Number one is going to be the Decoy Museum. It's a great spot. And as a matter of fact, my kids have gone on field trips there. I'm going to try and put some footage of that here in the video. And then right next to the Decoy Museum is the Maritime Museum. Not to be outdone, if you're looking to go back in time when the first English settlers came to America, what better place to do that than the Stepping Stone Museum located in Havre. Now, what's neat about the Stepping Stone Museum, I can remember as a little tyke, 6, 7 years old, taking a field trip there. And it was my first opportunity to churn butter, like they did way back when the settlers came to America. And I got to do that, and I got to, you know, swing hammers that were as big as me with, you know, blacksmithing exercises and so much more. So it's just a really neat spot to do all sorts of things. And then one of the final things, as far as activities go in Havre, and I could keep going on, just like I said, I could do a video about Havre alone and fill this up, but they have the Susquehanna State Park. So if you like to fish, if you like to hike a lot, if you like to mountain bike, or even camp, check out Susquehanna State Park. Again, I'm going to try and put some footage in here for you to see The kids and I, we went out, we took the dog out, went and hiked all around Susquehanna State Park, and we had a ball doing it. Now, what better way to finish off and Havre Grace with something sweet? And that is, you go into downtown Havre Grace, and you can't go to Havre Grace and not go to Bomboy's. Now, the Bomboy family owns Bomboy's candies and ice cream. And I'm telling you, you just gotta go. And what's great about it is the candy shop is right on one side of the street, and then right across the street, they've got the homemade ice cream shop. And you can hit both up, and you are gonna be on cloud nine, filled with sugar to the brim. So you parents, your kids are gonna love Bomboy's. And when you're sitting there, you know, eating your ice cream, you're just taking it all in. You're right there near the water. You're seeing all the locals interact. I mean, it's just an incredible spot. I can't say enough good things about Havre Grace. Now, the final thing that I want to add into this is the housing at Havre Grace. There's something for everybody. Meaning, like, if you want to buy a vacation home and come down from New York, which is what a lot of folks do, you can do that in Havre Grace right on the water. A beautiful condo overlooking the water. But if you also want a home to raise your family in, a nice single family home, you can do that as well. There's so many little subdivisions there. And even if you're thinking about retiring, there's the community of Bully Rock. Now that name may, ring a bell with some of you, especially you golfers. You see, Bully Rock is one of the most prestigious golf courses in the state of Maryland. As a matter of fact, the golf course was a stop on the LPGA Tour for many years. And I'm telling you, it's not cheap because it's an amazing course. So you golfers out there, make sure you go check out Bully Rock. But my friends, Havre Grace, you're gonna fall in love with it. So there you go. Those are 5 great, amazing small towns here in Maryland that I think you should check out if that's what you're looking for when you're looking to make a move here to Maryland. Speaking of making a move, as I mentioned in the very beginning of the video, if you are considering a move to Maryland, look, my team and I, we would love to help you out with that move, but we just need one thing from you to start the conversation, and that's for you to reach out to us. So please give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, fan us down with a smoke signal, drop a message in the bottle, whatever you've got to do, reach out to us because we'd love to talk to you about your transition to Maryland. Again, we've got you covered from Baltimore, down the bay, all the way to the beach in Ocean City. Until the next video, I will catch you later, my friends. Take care.